Alrighty, folks. Hello and welcome to Charlotte Motor Speedway. My name is John Theodore, streaming live at twitch.tv/John_A_Theodore. Recorded version of this broadcast at youtube.com/John Theodore. I want to thank you all very much for tuning in. Going to be in the number 3, Corey Buescher Condra's 1987 Chevrolet Monte Carlo. This is a 75-lap race at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Same rules as always here. We got 2 sets of tires in the pits. Let's go get qualified. 75 laps. Can't make that whole distance on fuel and tires, so we will have to stop at least once during the race, and I'm sure that we'll get a caution probably early. Depending on when we get that caution, we might be able to make it from there for the rest of the race, but we would really have to save some tire to do that. Right now, the mission is qualifying. Go out there and put down one very fast lap. Turn 1 and 2, not as fast as we need, I fear. Off turn 4. It's gonna be all right. Not spectacular, but a 9.82 ain't bad.
Same mistake.
Fourth quick. Man.
Hit the wall fucking twice.
Well, Naz is saying, and he's got pole.
In top for NIS, Nick Doucette beat me by 200ths of a second.
I can tell you that's probably not the case tonight.
So Naz is fast. Haven't gotten a race with him in a while. I saw the checkered and thought that the session was over. Whoops. So yeah, we're 4th quick. Nazaire Idoura 1st. Colby Baber 2nd. Jason Wilson 3rd. I'm 4th. Let's go take a look at that qualifying lap.
No more than 17.
Clean and smooth lap. Corey Bush is not related to Kyle Busch. It's spelled differently. She is also not related to the presidential Bush family either. So 5th quick right now.
Well, I did tell you that wouldn't be the case, did I?
I was like, you're about to beat me pretty bad.
Yeah, you ever see Corey speak?
Messed up turn 3 a little bit.
It'll...
Turn 2, coming off turn 2, I lost so much time.
Wait, what? She
I
is
wasn't
Corey.
able to clip 1 and 2 the way I wanted to.
This is the Congresswoman.
Still, man, good lap.
That's the car that I've been running for years.
Hey, you too.
It's Congresswoman Corey Bush. It is oh. I was like, what? Nothing goes over my head. My reflexes are too good. I would catch it. 23 car field. Good strength of field. Just make sure, yep, everything's set the way we want. Let's go do this thing. Starting 5th.
I'd like to say hello to all of our sponsors. Thank you for all you do for us.
Good
and
luck,
all of your
everybody.
support. And a big thank you to all these fantastic fans that are here today. Packed house. It's great to see.
You too.
Hello to everybody watching at home. Hope everybody enjoys the race. Just be smart about who's on your outside there.
Starting up another season
What?
of racing in the 87
Like
cars.
this?
What
We
is
start
5M?
like this every time in every one of the races.
I don't think I'm familiar with that one.
What? In every Charlotte race, you start like this.
Oh, good deal.
It's weird because I swear we were just at Charlotte like 3
5M
weeks ago, and
GTA
it
5
wasn't like
modded.
this.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it's been like this for a while.
That was Legacy Charlotte. I think.
Folks are getting some mileage out of that game. It's been years since GTA 5 came out, and it's still going strong.
This
It's
is a
good.
different
I
Charlotte.
like that.
This is the current 2018 version.
Oh, no wonder why I'm struggling.
Right on. Cops and Robbers is serious because you're a nerd. That's cool, man. That's what video games are about. It,
Yeah, I was
you
wondering
know,
what happened to
Twitch
your
and
times.
all that. Celebrate your inner nerddom.
Yeah, I was gonna say I
We're all
was killing
about that
it
here.
at the Charlotte last time. I'm like, what the
Got to
hell
do the
happened
pledge. I pledge to be a good sport, whether I win or lose, to know that people online are real
Anybody
people,
doing
my
the
words have
winner
real
in IF
impact.
series?
To set a positive example with my behavior, to speak up
Yes,
against
sir.
discrimination, hate speech, harassment, and abuse, to show integrity about my rules,
Sadly.
my opponents, and my teammates, to stop listening and reassess.
When does that start?
If I'm told my words or actions are harmful, and to respect others, even if their sincere opinions are different from my own.
We already
Exclamation
did,
mark GLH up
Talladega.
in my Twitch
Well,
channel chat.
the
Link
week
in the
before
description
that,
below this
Charlotte,
video if you'd like to
actually.
take the pledge yourself. It's part of making online gaming a better, more
It's
pleasant
these
place
cars, though.
for everyone involved.
Oh.
Yeah, it's cool when a
you
mod
Justin?
community wraps their arms around a game like that
Mr.
and
17 himself,
really takes it
motherfucker.
up. I
I
got a great appreciation for that. I tend to not play
I finally had him
games
change my fucking
that
name.
are
Ridiculous.
too heavily modded just because they're, you know, I tend to like to experience
Somebody
games as
told
the
me that
developers
they were
originally
cheating
intended.
people to change
I
it, so
also,
didn't find it.
outside of iRacing, don't tend to dive so deep into games. I tend to bounce around from one game to the next, rather than diving super deep into one. This is the one game where I fall all the way down the rabbit hole on it. But yeah, played a lot of Halo Infinite this weekend. Been really enjoying
My
that
first
one.
time back in a while of his
Um,
Speedway, so I'll take it.
The
quietly
campaign's
for
a
while.
lot of fun. Yummy with the
first
tier
time
1 sub,
racing
9
these,
months.
I have to
Thank
keep
you
that
so
double
much,
lead.
man. Really appreciate you. Let's get some sub hype in chat, and let's get ready to go green here. I'm gonna wave that green flag. We're gonna get after it. Wait on old Barney to wave the green flag up here.
Give me a quick radio check, please. Report, thank you.
Pay some car.
Hey, bud, coming to the green. Be ready.
We're going.
Green, green, green.
Got half throttle reason to start out.
Outside.
We got a number 10 Tide Ford. We got a
Clear,
number
clear,
18
clear.
Tide Chevy. Love to see it. It's Gabe Mauricio in the Tide Ford. I don't think I was aware that he had gotten his iRating over 6K. Good for him. It's awesome stuff, man.
Working the outside.
Holy overdrive.
Outside.
If I could have
Door
clipped the corner
outside.
there like I did in qualifying, that'd have been great.
Still outside. You're outside if you want it.
Very
All
tight
right,
corner
we're up to
entry,
4th.
And then kind of loose off.
Thanks, Yummy. Appreciate you. Have
Good
fun
job, man. Don't beat that thing up.
with your
Okay,
I'm
GTA.
about to lose my tires here in probably about 10 laps. I'm just happy to be here.
Meanwhile, I'm back here
Yeah, same.
trying to drive
I
a
already
clean
clipped
line
the
and
wall
taking
just
care of my
like I did
tires.
in
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was a glitch or not.
I was running fourth when I hit that wall in NAS. I'm like, damn. I'm running with these damn coke guys and shit. I'm like, damn, I'm about to get a good finish. Nope.
I was in second behind Ryan with about 10 to go, and I walled it, and I let, can't remember who it was, but whoever it was, they got around me.
Yeah, you were fast. I think you were the fastest of the field.
Now I got lucky. After my speeding penalty, I had to take 2 tires, so I finished the race on like 100 lap old left.
So Nick still hasn't completely internalized that left side tires really don't matter. Right on. Clipped the apron a little bit, got a little bit loose. That messed up that lap. Need to make sure that we're taking care of the tires, especially if this thing's going to run long. Drove the entry this then. Pit window is open. Well, now it's got the wall again.
Contact. Oh, now I'm done for.
He's not done for. He'll just have to fix it under yellow. And honestly, he's probably still not hurt the car too bad.
Out.
Alright.
How are you doing there,
Now I'm going to get this damage
Get that
repaired.
toy from that guy so he couldn't bother me.
Got a fast shot, Rob? Get it all
After
fixed.
closed.
I like the Legacy version better.
Yeah, me too.
I feel like I'm in an A car. I can't pass.
Pit road will be open this time.
All HG, how you doing? Smooth operator, thank you, sir. I try. That's what I aim for. To be smooth. Because smooth is fast. I am the only one coming down pit road.
Start looking for your sign.
All right.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop on the sign.
Well, if that's the case, then I'm going to go ahead and get 4.
go, 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 go.
You just never know when it's going to go green the whole way.
Be mindful, you only have one set of tires remaining.
Is that
Yep.
what is that laying up your road right there, that shiny thing? It's not a small piece of metal, is it? Yeah, why don't you go make sure what that is so we don't get flat leaving. Thank you. All right, we need to be
93
behind
on the
20.
tires. We are done adding fuel for the rest of the race. We might put on rights one more time. It all depends on if we get another caution, which I really hope we don't. Probably won't get that lucky, but we're going to go put on a show.
Yeah, I'll just gut it out in terms of damage.
Radio check, test 1, 2. You guys got me? How about you, Earl? You got me? Yes, sir. Can you hear me, bud? I got a new antenna that I'm working with today, so I need to make sure. 10-4. And 1 to go.
How bad was it? Oh yeah, you're right behind me, duh. Thought you pitted.
Out of 8 with the prime sub. Thank you so much. Let's get some sub hype in chat. Much appreciated. Welcome, welcome.
It's pushed in a little bit in the middle there. These cars seem to have a better damage than the Xfinity cars.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they're...
I finally said one day, I was like, damn, these cars have a better composite body than the Xfinity does.
They're pretty durable.
I had a flyover on Talladega last week and got it all repaired in 55 seconds and didn't lose any pace.
Yeah, if you get a full repair in these, it's the same as a fast repair. If you're able to get all the damage done, it's a brand new car. It's actually a full repair.
Unless you mess the motor up. If you mess the motor up, you're pretty much screwed.
But get her cleaned out real good.
I don't think engine damage is a part of these anymore.
Let's go, let's go. What's going on, bro?
What are we doing here?
Green, 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 green.
Wow.
Half the field is like way back there.
Said it was stuck and he couldn't get it in gear.
That's precisely the reason why I didn't pit. These guys don't close up.
Oh, that was more than not closing up.
Yeah, he said it was stuck. I think he was stuck out of gear or something.
Woo! Brake bias is way too low to be doing that.
Oh, speaking of.
When the NIS was here and I got caught speeding, I got sent all the way back to like 22nd place and I was stuck there until we had our next caution. I just couldn't pass.
Clear, clear, clear.
So yeah, you're probably just better off staying up here and trying to survive.
Yeah,
Outside. Still outside. Still outside. Still outside. Clear.
Try to take care of my tires while I'm back here. If it stays green, I'm going to be in great shape. I just need to get in front of that 17 car. I don't think we'll have too much problem with that. Just mind the rubber. Whoa, and don't do that. That won't hurt me, though. That was just a little brush. Little brain lapse there. No, his tires won't be gone in 20. The thing is that the tires from about, what, 90% down to 20%, the amount that they're worn really doesn't matter. It's all about temperature. We're 11 seconds back of the leader. So even running a 10th quicker a lap, we wouldn't catch anyone. But yeah, we're just going to run our race. And hope it grows green, because if it does, we really are sitting pretty here.
Hold on to it, Brian.
Yes, please, hold on to it. We need no cautions. Because if we get another caution, we're going to be in very, very big trouble. Depending on, you know, if it comes before everyone pits, that is. Nick's out there gapping them right now. Naz is still running in second.
Outside quarter. Still outside. Still outside. Clear, clear. Outside.
Thank you.
You're clear.
That kind of slide right there is not what we want. We gotta be super smooth this whole run. We need it to run long enough that they pit and use their tires use a set under green, so that even if we get a caution, we'll be back on even tires with, you know, even number of sets of tires left, and we will have the advantage in track position.
Save it.
I'm so glad he saved that. Six laps down, 49 to go. G-Unit, thank you so much for that sub, man. Really appreciate that. 5 months. Thank you very much. Let's get some sub hype in chat. Caution probably is coming, but if we make it past lap 40, some of them will start pitting, and that'll help us.
Someone lost the tire. Did you guys see that rolling down turn 2?
Guess that was the 20. Or was he already in the pits? I think that was him. Thankfully we stay green, no caution.
I'm guessing it was Justin's?
Yeah, probably.
I think you might be onto something there.
Outside. Still outside. You're clear.
Alright, so we're up to 15th. Nick is putting down some serious laps up there. He's opened up almost a 3-second lead. I think they're complicit. You build a warehouse in the Midwest, you build it, you build any structure where you're requiring people to be in that structure and you don't provide adequate shelter for a tornado, then yes, you bear some measure of responsibility because you were requiring them to work under unsafe conditions. It's literally called Tornado Alley, where we're at right here, and where that warehouse is built. It's not like on any given day, tornado not that common, but you run the timeline out long enough, tornado is guaranteed to hit the area. Not necessarily going to hit your building, but they're not uncommon out here. So yeah, Amazon bears responsibility for that, but I think more importantly, we need proper building regulations. True justice isn't holding Amazon accountable after the fact. True justice is having proper regulations and procedures in place so that something that's preventable doesn't happen. Yeah, I mean, I got the here where I am, which is not. I think the Amazon warehouse is east of me. We got the warning about the tornado a half hour before that storm cell got to me. Now it went north of me, but I got the warning and was able to go downstairs in my basement, down here, bring the dog down here, and then check the radar, see how the storm was going, and know that we were going to be fine. But yeah, for Amazon to keep the workers there in that building when they knew that there was no shelter, that's on them. So yeah, it's not Amazon's fault that the tornado happened. It is Amazon's fault that they didn't have a safe place for their workers to go when the tornado happened. Yep, I'm sure they'll settle and the families will get some money and Amazon will write it off as the cost of doing business. And nothing will meaningfully change because we have, one of our two major political parties is dead set against ever implementing any safety regulations and ever imposing those on employers in any way. That even when they're not in the majority, they still have the ability to dictate the direction of the discourse when it comes to that kind of thing. So it's extremely frustrating.
Outside.
But that's the lay of the land.
Clear.
And I realize that, that there are also Democrats who vote against those regulations. That's why I say that, the Republican Party holds the controlling interest, is because there are some Democrats who just get cowed into voting along with the Republicans, or at least pushing that because they are afraid, to be seen as restricting individual freedoms, which I would argue that the individual freedoms of those 6 Amazon workers and all the other people who got injured are much more severely impacted by not having those proper regulations in place than the individual freedom of Amazon would be by requiring to provide adequate safety at their facility for their workers. Did Biden actually use the word dino? Yeah, I mean, Democrats in name only. I agree with that. That's usually something you hear from folks further left than Biden. I was going to say, it's like, I'd be surprised if Biden actually used that term to refer to a mansion or cinema. It's not his style.
Clear.
Getting there. Go high, go high, go high.
Well, we have gotten a long green run here, like we wanted. A little disturbed at the lack of speed that I've had on this run. 22 cars hanging right with me, and he did not pit. Of course, I have been underdriving a little bit to try to make sure that I take care of my tires. I hope that I'm actually doing that. Sometimes I think I'm taking care of my tires, and I'm not. So I really hope that I actually am this time.
Smoke on the bottom.
I think Massey should be fired. I think that Mercedes is, continuing to fight and do everything that they can
Leaders on pit road.
to get everything that they can, and that's how F1 is played. It's extremely litigious. It's a little bit annoying, but to ask Mercedes to unilaterally disarm in that regard, I think would be unfair. Like, if the roles were reversed, I absolutely think Red Bull would be doing exactly what Mercedes is doing right now. That's just how F1 operates.
Hitting.
All the teams do it. They're all extremely litigious. They all scrap for every possible little advantage that they can get over their competition with the regulations, with the stewards, with race control, with their car, with their using their teammate, like everything that they can do to get any little advantage. Every single F1 team on the grid is doing it.
Hitting in.
Oh, Massey absolutely did many things wrong. Chiefly in the final race, he actually violated what the rule book says. That was not a legal race restart per the rule book.
My tires, just repairing my damage.
They got a race lap, but it wasn't it wasn't a fair thing. That was literally handing it to Max. You've got brand new soft tires against 45 lap old hard tires. If you put that driver right behind him and give him one lap, he's going to get him every single time. There's like a 4-second difference between the tires Max had versus the tires Lewis had, which you saw how easily he was able to overtake even without having DRS.
Chad, I'm pitting this lap, 43 pitting this lap.
Yeah, I don't agree with the steward's interpretation, and if you actually go back and read that section of the rule book, because I did, what it actually says is that all that's saying is that the race director gets final say in disagreement, in if there's a disagreement between the clerk of the race and the race director with regards to the safety car, the race director gets the final say. That's all that says. It doesn't say that he can make up rules and override the rest of the rule book. It only says specifically that he can override the clerk of the course. So, yeah, I don't agree with the steward's interpretation, although I understand them not wanting to shorten the race, as they put it. You know, and they're going to be very hesitant to change the results. I don't think that Mercedes is going to be successful in its attempt to change the results. I do think, actually, that per the rule book, the correct ruling would be to go to go back to the scoring as it was on the previous lap, since that was an illegal restart per the rule book. I just don't think that, I think that F1's got what they wanted. They want to leave it decided on the track. Mercedes' only hope is that an outside court reverses the decision. The F1 and the stewards were never going to reverse it. And I think it's very unlikely that a court of law reverses it too. Or the appeals panel, or whoever it goes to next. I think it's a shame that it went down the way that it did, but I do think that now that it has gone down that way, it is done. Max is a deserving champion. Both of them were deserving champions. It just feels wrong the way that it was decided. Lewis couldn't get past Perez because Perez was blocking. And also, that was hard tires versus worn softs, which, you know, I mean, but the thing is that Lewis was driving very cautiously around Perez to avoid contact. Max was not driving that same way around Lewis. Max, everyone in that race knew that a collision between Lewis and Max that took both cars out would favor Max. So that's, you know, why Lewis was not nearly as aggressive with Perez as Max was with Lewis. Or with Sergio as Max was with Lewis. I feel like when you're analyzing these things, you really have to take all variables into account. You can't just like pick and choose one thing or the other, you know, but like, so yeah, anyway, it's frustrating. Lewis was clearly had the better car and I think was the better driver on that day. Max's team ended up on the right strategy, but I think that was a little bit of that, you know, it was luck more than anything. The caution came out at the exact right lap to put it into question. If that had flown on, if the safety car had to be deployed on lap 6 or 7, I think it's an obvious choice for both teams to pit. If it flies with 4 laps or 3 laps to go, then the race doesn't restart. It just happened that it was like right in that window where it was borderline, and F1 was able to get the cleanup done in time, and then, you know, Mercedes still actually had the right call because there actually wasn't enough time for F1 to do a legal restart per their rule book. So that's the thing that feels so wrong about is Mercedes actually made the right call in both situations by not pitting him. They made the right call. They actually had the right call on their virtual safety car, the delta on the tires. Lewis ended up netting a gain in time over Max on those older hard tires and was able to make them last to the end of the race, or would have been able to make them last to the end of the race with a net gain over Max. And they made, in my opinion, technically the right call, because technically F1 wasn't able to get that incident cleaned up in time to allow for the 1 lap that it takes to let all the lap cars through and then restart the race. They just violated their own rule book in order to restart it with 1 lap to go to try to get the finish that they wanted. I think if F1 had everything go the way that they preferred, they would have preferred to have Lewis pit and also be on fresh tires so that it was actually a straight-up fight between those two on even rubber. I think that would have been extremely exciting to see, and that was what F1 wanted. Mercedes being in the position that they were in, decided that they couldn't risk pitting, having Max stay out, and then the race ending under yellow. I think they also really didn't want to put Lewis behind Max at any point and risk Max making an aggressive move that crashed both cars and cost Lewis the title that way. So it's just weird because it's one of those very rare situations in racing where having the lead of a race and having a large advantage like Lewis had, 11 seconds and several lap cars between him and Max, actually worked against him, because not only did Red Bull get to react to what Lewis did, but they had a lot of time to react to what Lewis did. Yeah, I mean, that's an idea. Clear the track and just put both cars on the same tires and have them settle it with a 10-lap shoot. You know, like, I don't know. There's no perfect way to settle a championship when it's that close, honestly. Well, we almost had it with that race. We had with green flag racing, Lewis was faster on that day, and yeah, it's racing. You know, the weird stuff happens and things don't always go according to plan. That's just part of it. It's unfortunate when it goes wrong like that. It's extremely entertaining when it's all going right. I love auto racing. I have a great deal of passion for motorsport. That's why I care about this. That's why we're all still talking about it 2 days after it's happened. Is because we all care about the sport. I agree in hindsight that Lewis should have received a more significant penalty maybe than 10 seconds. I've looked at a lot of the different analyses. Chain Bear and Driver 61 on YouTube do excellent analysis of all things F1. I thought that their videos on those were really good. I think it was a shared fault incident. I don't think that Max was blameless in it, but I do think that it was 70-30, 80-20 on Lewis.
To go this time.
10 laps to go. Need this thing to stay green. Need the right front to stay on it. I can actually back it way down. I've got a huge lead. I just need to make sure that I'm not using up any right front right now. Monza was absolutely on Max, and I think that was... I don't think that was a shared fault deal. I think that was more 100% on Max. I really don't think that there was shared fault at Monza. I felt like Max just really drove into him. And yeah, I do think that Max's lack of a penalty for the brake check evened up the Silverstone call. I do think that there was a little bit of an imbalance before then, perhaps, but I would have to go back and actually look and tally up and see, like all the different incidents where Max was the one at fault or the one primarily at fault versus the ones where Lewis was primarily at fault, and see how that scores up. I feel like for most of the season, Max has run Lewis harder and more aggressively and pushed him off the track more times than the reverse. Lewis did do it at Brazil, I think. I haven't gone back and watched the replay of that one. But I think that there were certainly more instances through the season where Max ran Lewis wide, or Max gained position by leaving the racetrack. I just completely lost the back end of the car there. That was crazy. Whoops. We've got 6 laps to go here.
What happened?
I just got a little sideways in 3 and 4. Not exactly sure. I hope that doesn't mean that my right rear's going. I don't think I've been overly hard on the right rear. Oh yeah, that's exactly what it is. I'm losing my right rear tire. We're going to have to really limp this thing. Because it felt really soft there too. Let's see if we can make it. We just can't turn in at all. As long as I get the meatball with like 2 to go, I should be fine to finish on it. I just need to finish and not get DQ'd. We should still be able to hold on and get this thing. I'm going to drastically adjust my line and try to use as little tire as possible. Make sure that I really get that right rear cooled down, because it is super angry right now. Taking a very wide line now through the corners. Take it to the inside, Matt. 3 to go.
Inside.
I'm gonna look and see what the wear percentage looks like on this right rear at the end of this race. I overheated it, but it's also it's gone. It's fallen off the cliff.
I had voice chat muted there, John. Sorry if you were talking to me trying to guide me by.
Oh yeah, no worries. Yeah, I was just telling you to take it low. My right rear is done.
Mine is working towards being done. I took it a little too hard in the beginning of this run.
I was so worried about saving the right front that I forgot to take care of my right rear, apparently.
Yes, sir. We got the best guy
Last
on.
lap, though.
One more.
And we've got a 6-second lead on Nick Doucette.
I mean, you're also 60 laps into that set of tires, right?
Yes, sir.
Inside.
Oh, goodness.
Inside.
I think it's flat.
John, do you mind telling me how much fuel you have left in the tank?
All clear.
Says cap says 1.7 gallons or 6.5 laps.
All right. I wasn't sure if you were going to be good or not. Good job there.
Awesome, dude.
We got the win. We held on to it.
Yeah, I got called in.
I can't believe it. Awesome stuff.
Very proud of you, buddy.
Yummy, were you watching? Yummy
What the hell
wanted to play
was that,
GTA 5.
bro?
Bone tire, 75 laps.
Have your attention, please. Come to Victory Lane.
Awesome stuff. Yes! Great start to the season.
You gave me a heart attack at the end there.
All
How
right.
much fuel did you have left over, if you don't mind?
I had 1.5 left.
They're light on fuel, man. They're counting on caution,
Good job, man.
or
You're doing
they
a
made
good
a
job.
mistake and didn't get all the fuel in there. Like maybe they dropped on lugs,
Thank you.
or they're just getting that good of fuel mileage. That's. I wish I could tell you, buddy. I
Really debated
really
pitting
don't like
there on that caution or not. Knowing now, I probably should have.
Yeah, I honestly thought that I was in big trouble when I was the only one that pit, but I knew that I was going to be good on fuel, so if it went green, then I'd be in good shape.
See, I was trying to remember back to the NIS series a couple weeks ago, and I thought you were going to be close on fuel, but I was really thinking we were going to get into the caution there. Yeah, good job there.
Thanks, man. Yeah, you had some really impressive speed, so hats off to you there, dude. It's racing sometimes. Sometimes you make a strategy play and it works out. That was fun.
It was fun, yep.
All right, Polish victory lap, and I'm not going to do any burnouts or anything like that. I'm just going to park it. I really want to see where that right rear was in terms of tire wear. Awesome stuff. That is my second win at this version of Charlotte. Fourth win at Charlotte overall. third win at this track, second official. I have a league race win here as well. And also have a win in this car at Legacy Charlotte. Made it look easy. Not at the end there. That was holding on to that thing when it was trying to spin out was nuts. All right, let's see. Yep, 7%. Right rear was at 7%. Wow. All right. Good stuff.
What would you say your right rear was at? 7%?
7. Yeah, that's why I was losing so much time at the end, is it fell all the way off the cliff, and I almost wrecked 3 times.
I'm not good at saving tires at all. I mean, during that NIS series there a few weeks ago, I got really lucky. We had a caution there after. God, I was pitting on the lap that we had the caution, and my right front was at 3%. And in here, my let's see here. Yeah, my left front was at 26, and my right front after about 30 laps was 53%.
Dan4. Yeah, it just... Saving tires is something I've worked on and learned over time.
Ever since the new tire model came out, I've just sucked at saving tires. I just do this for fun. I don't care that much if I fall off. I was actually surprised I was able to keep up there for the longest part. But Colby was catching up to me there in the last few laps.
So there's the 15 spinning. That was the caution.
On the long runs, I go to crap.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, with these cars, that like they're bias ply, so they also work differently. They're pretty level through most of the run, but when they go below 20%, they just fall off a cliff, and you lose like a second a lap instantly. Yeah,
when I made my pit stop, my tire was at, I think it was at 17%, and I could tell because I was starting to lose that like about almost half a second a lap or so.
Yeah, you get a weird feel in the wheel all of a sudden, and then you just start bleeding speed immediately.
Yeah, now that you say that, I really did feel that weird feeling in the wheel.
This is, let's see.
Well, anyways, I'm going to pop off. Good job again. I'll probably see you at some other time here in the week.
Yeah, sure thing, man. Thanks again. Good race. Have a good one. So,
hey, you too.
Right here, lap 69 was where the left rear finally decided to give up on me. We're fine through 1 and 2. And then coming through 3 and 4. Oh, it just gave up on me. Oh, wait. I did want that. I want this. Okay. So we will, I think this will be the cover shot. Right there. And then, yeah, let's go final lap. Because this was interesting. He actually got it to 4.2 seconds was the margin of victory at the end there. Look at this on the final lap. We almost lost it in turn 1. Back end steps out. I had to chase it. Got up into the wall. I have volunteered for Corey on all 3 of her, well, now all 4 of her campaigns so far. Her 2016 Senate run, her 2018 run for Congress, her 2020 run for Congress where she won, and I've already done some volunteer work for her 2022 re-election campaign. I'm also among her top donors, I think. It's a great sponsorship arrangement. I pay my sponsor rather than the other way around. That feels good. Nice to get a win. Oh, goodness me, no. Had a very disappointing run in Monday Night Racing Road to Glory. Where, you know, we were fast. I felt like had a chance at the win and got turned late and recovered to finish 7th, so could have been a lot worse. But yeah, following it up with a win here feels very good. May get another one with some strategy, but we had good pace too. I don't think we had better pace than Nick had. He was quick. Would have been interesting to see how it went if we were running straight up on even tires. But 200 points, that's a real good win for us, and a good start to this season. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate y'all. If you like the video, please do click that like button, hit subscribe, head over to twitch.tv/John_A_Theodore. Click there to give me a follow. Thank you very much. Peace out.